Hello, and welcome back to the KYEM Circle podcast. Jessa Francis here. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I would like to invite you to take a moment to take a big, deep inhale in, exhale out, maybe sigh it out. And do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Let the shoulder just drop. If you're feeling any tension in the neck or the jaw, let that loose. Bring your awareness and your attention to heart, to the chest as it rises and falls. And put it into your mind that you are safe, that you are worthy, that you are loved, that you are love. I wanted to bring that short little practice to the space here before we get started today, because I think it's just so important for us to take a moment to breathe. And I'm going to be doing that more and more. We need to slow down. And I think that's kind of what I want to talk about today. I'm honestly just hopping on this morning because this podcast is a space not only for me to share my story and share what I'm learning and growing and learning and doing as I grow, as I heal. But it's a space for me to kind of journal out my own thoughts and share them with you as I do so. And I'm getting ready to share with my KYEM Circle members a kind of fitness and nutrition 101 class. And so today I wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about my fitness and nutrition journey, what I know, what I can share with you within, a shorter amount of time. But some fundamentals, some basics, a few overviews of everything that I know so far, everything that I have learned so far, to kind of help bring you a sense of calm and peace when it comes to fitness and nutrition. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in America, they're feeling confused, they're feeling conflicted, they don't know where to start. There's all these different diets out there, there's all these different exercise programs, there's all these different things. And I wanted to take the time today and try and simplify it for you, and try to make this kind of streamlined and easy for you to begin taking bite-sized steps for, bite-sized pieces and ways for you to actualize your goals when it comes to fitness and nutrition. We are living, if you're in America, you are living in a world that is just overcome with food that is lacking in nutrients, that they're filled with preservatives, everything is fast food, what can I get quick and easy? We do not appreciate even, I guess we can appreciate food that we take a long time to bring forward and to put on our plates. Yes, we can appreciate it, but when it comes to daily life, we want the fast, we want the quick, we want the easy, we want the quick fix, right? That's the thing. We want the magic pill. And we want to be able to lose weight in the quickest way possible. Everything is fast. And the magic of self-awareness is so lost to us, because to be self-aware, we need to be mindful, which requires us to slow down, and we just don't care about slowing down. So, I want to start off this podcast by hopefully getting you to just like, oh, okay, we're gonna breathe. Like, slow down and take a breath. So now that you are there and we are safely held within the arms and the embrace of the circle, the KYEM circle, I want to talk to you today about self-awareness in terms of fitness and nutrition. How does self-awareness play? What role does it play in fitness and nutrition? And let me tell you, it plays a big, big role. If you want to take on a healthier lifestyle that, your overall well-being is better taken care of, you need to become self-aware. So what does that mean? You need to know you. You need to know and understand your body and what it wants and what it needs, the way your gut works. You need to ask yourself, get out a pen and a paper and ask yourself, what do you know about your body? What is your shape? What are your pain points? What are the things that you crave, and how long have you been craving them? And what's your relationship like to food? What is your relationship like to exercise and whatever it is that you're consuming and doing with your body, right? And getting self-aware is so, it is absolutely essential if you are trying to take better care of yourself, right? And so I want you to answer those questions. What is your relationship like to your body? What is your relationship like to what you're consuming, eating, drinking, how you're moving? Are you taking the time to spend, moments with your body and with yourself? I think it's just vastly underrated, the relationship we have with ourselves. We worry about, our relationship with our parents, our relationship with our children, our relationship with our lovers and partners, our relationship with our communities, our relationship with everything and everyone else, and we're not paying attention to our relationship with ourself. And so if you are honing any sort of habit, you need to get self-aware, but particularly when it comes to fitness and nutrition. So beyond asking yourself like those regular questions, what do you know about your body? What are your pain points? What do you love? What do you not love? What is your story in relationship to your body, right? So, for example, I grew up in martial arts. I was kicking and punching bags and running around and learning to wrestle, to spar, to break boards. Like, because of that, I had a pretty intimate relationship with my body, because I needed to know, how to hit something with my knuckles or with the ball or the heel of my foot, and how flexible I was, and how I needed to pull my knee to my chest and then pivot and push. And I had this really intimate relationship with my body from a very, very young age because of martial arts. And then besides that, I was a super outdoorsy person, right? I had this incredibly nurturing, loving relationship with nature, and therefore with myself amongst nature. So I would go outside, and I remember being super, super sensory, right? I loved the feeling of the dirt of the grass in my toes. I was overly stimulated, and a lot of clothes made me uncomfortable because I couldn't stand certain fabrics. And in the in the late 80s, early 90s, when I'm a kid, I like shoulder pads made me insane. Like some of the polyesters and the different materials that were coming out, and I was so sensitive to tights and things like that. So I was just very aware of my physicality for many different reasons, clothes, nature, growing up in an area that has 4 seasons, and experiencing cold and hot. And I was a big swimmer, and I remember loving the feeling of my hair in the water and all of these different things. And just imagine for yourself for a moment going back in time and what your relationship to your body was at a very young age. And then also start thinking about what you were being taught about your body from everyone else, and what you were taught about food. What were your parents eating on a regular basis? What were your meals like? What did you know about food? I was blessed to grow up in the country, and I had a lot of really all natural foods. And I'm so thankful for that. But a lot of people are not so lucky, right? I didn't have fast food until I think I was like 14, until it was the first time I ever had McDonald's, and I was like, this is disgusting. I wanted it so bad until I got it, and I was like, wait a minute, this is what everybody rants and raves about? Why? And so what is your food story? What is your food story? What is your body story? Ask yourself these questions to become self-aware of these things, because you need to know this stuff and able to, so that you can move forward, right? We have a body story. We have a food story. We have a fitness journey story. I was active outside playing on the playground and in taekwondo, and I got really big into strength training and weight training in high school, and was squatting like well over 300 pounds when I was a junior in high school. I was very attached to my muscles and to my body, but a lot of people were just so disassociated to it. And I say all of that, but I also was trying to force my body to be something, right? I was trying to force my body into different shapes. I'm a woman, and I wanted to be shaped a certain way. I had a breast augmentation after I had my children because I wanted my breast to be a certain size because of, what I associated breast with. And so I had all of these things that were going on in my head and like making up my story, and also my shame story about what I thought I should be, how I thought I should look. And then I can think, I knew the difference the difference in my skin, for example. When I was eating a lot of chocolate and candies, I would break out. I wanted to have these sweet things, but then I was paying for it. And I knew that if like now I'm able to really feel a difference between what I eat in the morning and how I feel later on in the day. If I'm eating a high protein, high fat breakfast, I have energy. If I eat a a high carb breakfast, I'm going to be tired. So I know for myself, because I've been able to practice these things, play around with these things, pay attention to these things, slow down, and take the time to notice these things. Okay, my body likes this, it doesn't like this. And if I allow myself to, have these treats, I'm going to end up paying for it, usually because of pimples or something like that, right? Like, I had a giant pile of ice cream last night, for example. I let myself have a treat, which I've been doing less and less of because for me it's becoming not so treatish. What I used to think of it as a treat, right? I used to think of like, oh, I'm gonna have this sweet thing as like a reward. And I'm realizing now that isn't a reward. If anything, it's like I'm punishing myself because of what I'm gonna feel the next day, or what's gonna, come up on my skin the next day. So self-awareness, right? I think it like already is like just a super obvious thing to be self-aware of what we're eating and why. And it can also go back into the mental, emotional, even spiritual side of things. Because breath work and meditation and yoga can be a truly spiritual experience, an emotional experience. And when we're doing certain things, going on a walk in nature, and we're loving our bodies for our ability to move throughout life, and we're loving our bodies and nurturing and nourishing our bodies for, and being with gratitude and with the right things change. They really, really change. And so capturing the narrative, capturing the story that is playing in your mind is so incredibly important. And if you're here, you probably know I'm the memoir mama. I teach memoir writing and I help people not only sit down and put pen to paper or, your fingers to the keyboard and begin writing your story, but help you know, okay, does this need to be themed? What are my pain points right now? What area of my life do I want to look at? Versus I'm completely, totally lost. I don't know where to even start. And that's why I say the beginning. Let's start at the start. So using your story is so powerful. And sometimes it's easy to just take these prompts, right? These gently, simple, easy prompts. And I will list these in the show notes today. Some easy prompts to help you get started on your self-awareness journey with your body. And with your relationship with your body, with fitness, and with nutrition. So yeah, I could ramble on here forever about some particulars, right? There's all the different macronutrients, for example, and I can give you all kinds of information on like specifics, like just like, oh, I know that if I eat high fat and high protein meals in the morning, I'm going to have more energy. I can give you all kinds of information on that. If you want to get in to the KYEM circle and join the membership, all of that information will be held in there, as well as a ton more journaling prompts, affirmations, resources, workbooks, exercise classes, routines for the gym, recipes. All of the things are in there. And so if you want to join the membership and get access to all of that, please reach out, or you can follow the links on my website, jessafrancis.net. But I think the first thing that I want to say, or the follow-up thing that I want to say, is stop with the fad diets. Stop with this, with these, with any kind of diet pill. Stop with any of that. Get self-aware. Know your relationship with your story so you can build a strong foundational why. And then get in tune with your body by understanding movement, right? There's cardio, there's strength training, there's flexibility, there's functional movement. And understand that we have all of these different muscles, and every single day you should be trying to activate every single muscle. So get to know your body. Take time and look at it. Look at your hands, look at your feet, look at your calves, look at your arms. Move each muscle. See what that's like for you. Feel into your body. Get self-aware. And then when it comes to nutrition, think about your eating habits. Like, get rid of any fad diet out of your mind and just start thinking about some basic principles. So what are macronutrients and what are micronutrients? Proteins, carbs, fats, vitamins, and minerals. What are you getting? What are you not getting? Think about nutrients. What nutrients are you giving yourself? What nutrients are you nourishing yourself with? If you don't know, you need to know. This is self-awareness. And then, do you listen? Ask yourself, do you listen to your hunger cues? Do you listen to your fullness cues? Are you recognizing the difference between what your different cravings are? Are they emotionally based cravings? Or are they physical hunger? Tap in, get to know. These are some just simple ways. I'm trying to give you simple ways to understand yourself. And this may sound really complicated, but it is not. It just takes you to slow down, to breathe, and to spend time with yourself and to ask these questions. And if you need help, like I said, that's what I do in the membership. That is what I'm doing what I'm working so hard on putting together. There's some general easy prompts that can help. There's breath work awareness, just like I just helped you breathe. Just 3 breaths, and it makes a huge difference. And then doing, daily body and energy check-ins. What's your morning routine? What's your afternoon routine? What's your evening routine? Ask yourself these questions. Are you just floating around through life completely disconnected from yourself? If this is hard to step into, reach out. That's what I'm here to help you with. But I think that that's really what I wanted to go over today, is just helping you understand the importance of self-awareness when it comes to your fitness and nutrition. I just wanted to give you an overview of what it looks like to take that next step forward. Like, if you are really wanting to make change, you have to get self-aware. And if you want support, join the membership. That's what when I was creating my memoir writing programs, I realized very, very quickly that the writing is the logical mental part, but we needed to also be able to weave in the physical, emotional, spiritual side of things. And so all of it is in one place. And so anybody that does the memoir writing also gets into the membership. But you can get into just the membership if you just want like those monthly workshops and all of the resources. And they're being added all the time. But just know that it is not as complicated as we make it out. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, take a breath. It is not as overwhelming as social media and the world and society makes it seem to be. Small steps make big changes. just breathing, just being consciously aware of your breath, and then asking yourself some simple self-awareness questions will lead you to the ability to connect with your own body's wisdom. Your body is a machine that will heal itself and support itself if you nourish it well. And you have to change your mindset around what nourishing your body means, right? Like, I used to think of giving myself this treat was giving myself something sweet or salty, but really, restricting myself from that is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's a wonderful thing that's going to end up making me feel better. Move with intention, tap into your body. But I think that is all I'm going to go over today. I hope this is somewhat helpful. And like I said, if you want into the program, either reach out or check out my website, jessafrancis.net. One more time, for me, for you. If you can, lower your gaze or close your eyes and take a big, deep inhale in. Fill the shoulders, fill the chest. Exhale, let it out. And let the shoulders and let the chest drop and relax. And this time, inhale into the belly. Fill, 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 and let it out. Relax the belly, relax the core. How does that feel? One more, just deep breath in, into the belly and into the chest. Slowing down is one of the best things that you'll ever be able to do for yourself. Take the time to nourish yourself. Life, yes, it's fleeting and we feel like we don't have very much time, but scarcity is fear. Step out of the fear. Step into more mindfulness, into more live. We have this one life, and yes, it's all going fast, so be here, be now. Live in the moment and become more self-aware. I'm here when you need me. Love you all. See you next week.